Fear, the oldest, most persistent enemy of success, an enemy more dangerous than failure itself. Fear, my friends, is the silent thief that has crept into the hearts of men and women, stolen their dreams, shattered their hopes, and buried their true potential deep beneath the sands of doubt. Fear is the invisible chain that holds you captive while your greatness withers away in a prison of your own making. You were not born with fear. You were born with boldness, with a spirit of triumph, with the infinite intelligence of success etched into every fiber of your being. A newborn does not fear to cry out for its needs. A child does not fear to take its first steps. It is only as we grow that we are taught, piece by piece, to fear failure, to fear judgment, to fear rejection. And with every lesson in fear, a little piece of our greatness is stripped away. There are two forces that drive a person through life. One is faith, the other is fear. They cannot coexist. You are either moving forward with faith, or you are shrinking backward with fear. Every action you take, every decision you make, falls into one of these two great currents, and when fear is at the helm, you cannot sail toward your destiny. You drift, lost, at the mercy of every storm. Let me tell you something that may rattle you to your core, your dreams, your talents, your burning desires. They are not waiting for the perfect moment. They are waiting for you to stand up and declare war on fear, to act as if fear already stole your greatness, and you are here to steal it back. Imagine for a moment that fear already robbed you blind. It already took your destiny, your riches, your legacy. Would you sit by and let it walk away with the crown meant for your head? Or would you rise, chase it down, and reclaim what was always yours? The tragedy of life is not death. It is what we let die inside of us while we live. It is the dream deferred, the potential untapped, the song unsung because fear whispered, "You are not enough." Fear told you, wait. Fear told you, play it safe. Fear told you you might fail. And so you obeyed, you listened, and in doing so, you handed over the keys to your kingdom. You see, fear is clever. It dresses itself up as caution. It pretends to be wisdom. It convinces you that playing small is being responsible. But deep down you know the truth. Playing small does not serve the world. Playing small does not honor the gifts you have been given. Playing small is the greatest act of selfishness, because somewhere out there is someone who needed your light, and you hid it under the cover of fear. I challenge you right now to act as if fear already won. Act as if you lost everything because you hesitated. Feel the sting of it. Let it burn into your soul, and then decide. Decide that you will not allow fear to steal one more moment from you. Decide that every step you take from this day forward will be a declaration of war against fear. You cannot tiptoe toward your greatness. You cannot casually stroll into your destiny. You must charge at it, full speed, with fire in your belly and thunder in your soul. You must act with urgency, as if the thief has already broken into your house, and you are racing to stop him before he escapes with your life's treasures. Fear feeds on hesitation. It thrives in indecision. It grows stronger every time you say tomorrow. It gains power every time you say someday. Let me tell you, there is no someday. There is only today, right now, this moment, this breath, and it is slipping away even as we speak. What you do with it will determine whether you build a legacy of triumph or regret. The most dangerous fear is the one you pretend isn't there. The fear you deny, the fear you excuse, the fear you rationalize. That is the fear that will eat you alive from the inside. You must drag it into the light, look it in the eye, name it, challenge it, break it down until it has no power left over you. Only then can you reclaim the greatness that was always yours. And I tell you now, the greatness inside you is not a myth. It is not a fantasy. It is real. It is pulsing within you even now, waiting for permission to rise, waiting for you to stop asking for permission from fear, waiting for you to act as if fear has already stolen enough, and you are here to settle the score. You are not too late. You are not too old. You are not too broken. You are right on time. Everything you have been through, all the pain, all the delays, all the disappointments, have prepared you for this moment, for this battle, and it is a battle between who you were told you are and who you really are. The world will not hand you your greatness on a silver platter. No one is coming to knock on your door and say, "Here is your destiny." You must demand it. You must take it. You must be willing to stand up and shout, "Fear stole enough from me, no more," and then move forward, whether you feel ready or not, whether you feel qualified or not, whether you feel brave or not. Courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is the decision that something is more important than fear. Your dream is more important. Your legacy is more important. Your life is more important. You must be willing to feel the fear, taste the fear, and act anyway. Move anyway, speak anyway, build anyway. Every time you act in spite of fear, you chip away at its power. Every time you push through, even trembling, you rob fear of its grip on your soul. And with every act of boldness, your greatness begins to rise. Like a phoenix from the ashes, like a giant awakening from slumber, like a king or queen returning to reclaim the throne, there will be moments when fear roars louder than ever, when it tries to convince you that you are out of your league, that you are foolish to even try. That's when you must smile and say, "You already stole enough from me. You will not steal another second." And then step forward with the unshakable knowing that greatness is your birthright, not your fantasy. The giants of history, the legends whose names are carved into time, they were not fearless. They were simply more loyal to their vision than to their fear. They acted as if fear already stole too much, and they made up their minds to steal it back with interest. And so must you. Your future is not written in stone. It is written in action, in boldness, in faith. And the greatest act of faith you can make today is to declare, "Fear will not steal from me anymore. I am awake now. I am aware now. I know who the real enemy is, and I am taking back everything that was mine from the beginning." You have wasted enough time doubting yourself. You have wasted enough energy shrinking back. You have bowed to fear long enough. It is time to rise, time to roar, time to reclaim what is rightfully yours, because the clock is ticking. The thief is running, and your greatness is waiting. Will you act? Or will you watch? Will you chase fear down, or will you let it win? The choice is yours. But know this, your greatness demands an answer, and it will not wait forever. Every second you hesitate, fear cements its hold a little deeper. Every second you delay, the life you dream of moves a little farther out of reach. And understand this truth. Fear is not passive. It does not sit idly by, waiting for you to decide. It is active. It is aggressive. It is working tirelessly to rob you of every ounce of courage, every spark of ambition, every whisper of your true power. Fear whispers lies in your ear, lies that sound reasonable, lies that sound protective. Lies like, stay where it's safe, stay where it's comfortable, don't risk embarrassment, don't risk failure. But I ask you, what has staying safe ever created? What statue has ever been erected to the man or woman who played it safe? What book was written about the soul who refused to step beyond the line of fear? Comfort zones are graves. They are velvet-lined coffins where dreams go to die. Fear makes them look attractive, but once you step inside, it begins the slow burial of your ambition. And if you are not careful, you will be buried alive long before your body ever touches the earth. You must learn to feel fear and recognize it for what it is, a siren song luring you into mediocrity. It sings sweetly, promising protection, but it delivers only regret. And regret, my friends, is a prison more brutal than any failure you could ever face. Regret is the ghost that haunts the soul in the silent hours of the night, whispering, "What if you had tried? What if you had dared?" You see, action is the antidote to fear. Movement starves fear of oxygen. Every time you act in spite of your trembling hands and pounding heart, fear grows weaker. Every time you move forward when everything inside you screams to turn back, you drive a dagger into the heart of fear itself. Fear knows it cannot defeat you directly. You are far too powerful for that, so it must trick you into defeating yourself. It must convince you to quit before you even begin. It must make you overthink, overanalyze, and second guess the call that was placed inside your heart by a power greater than you. Do not wait for the fear to disappear before you act. If you wait until you feel no fear, you will wait forever. Fear is not a stop sign. Fear is a signal that you are standing at the very edge of your greatness. Fear is the test you must pass to access the treasures hidden within you. Imagine for a moment that every time you felt fear, you smiled. Imagine if every tremor of doubt was a drumbeat calling you forward instead of pulling you back. Imagine what kind of unstoppable force you would become if fear became your signal to advance, not retreat. The greatest among us, the true achievers, are not those who lived without fear, but those who marched into it, stared it down, and made it their servant instead of their master. They acted as if fear already stole their treasure, and they fought like warriors to win it back. Understand this. Your destiny demands a price. It demands sacrifice. It demands that you lay down your allegiance to fear and pick up your allegiance to courage. Every day you must choose your loyalty, fear or faith, comfort or courage, safety or significance. There will be days when fear disguises itself as logic. It will present arguments that sound reasonable, rational, even intelligent. It will tell you why you shouldn't make the call, why you shouldn't start the business, why you shouldn't write the book, why you shouldn't speak the truth burning inside of you. And if you listen, you will live a life that is logical, rational, and tragically small. But if you defy fear, if you act as if it already stole enough from you, something extraordinary happens. You grow wings, wings that carry you higher than you ever dreamed possible, wings that lift you above the mediocrity that fear tried to trap you in, wings that reveal to you the breathtaking view of a life fully lived. You are far stronger than the fear you feel. You are more capable than the doubts that plague you. Fear is a shadow, and you are the light. Fear is an illusion, and you are the truth. Fear is a lie, and you are the living proof that greatness cannot be contained. Do not be fooled by the trembling of your knees or the pounding of your heart. That is not weakness. That is the energy of your destiny awakening within you. That is the blood of the courageous pumping through your veins. That is the call to arms echoing through the chambers of your spirit. And so, when fear rises up, rise higher. When fear shouts, shout louder. When fear says you can't, proclaim with every fiber of your being, I already won when I decided fear would not steal from me anymore. Action must become your habit. Boldness must become your nature. Relentlessness must become your identity, because fear does not sleep. Fear does not rest. It waits for you to grow weary. It waits for you to hesitate. It waits for you to forget who you are. You must never forget. You must never forget that within you burns a fire strong enough to melt the chains of fear into dust. Within you roars a spirit mighty enough to tear down every wall fear tries to build. Within you breathes a greatness so vast that if you glimpsed even a fraction of it, you would never doubt yourself again. But you must act. You must act now. You must act with the furious conviction of a warrior reclaiming what was stolen. You must act with the roaring certainty of a king returning to his rightful throne. You must act as if everything depended on this moment, because it does. There is no tomorrow promised. There is no second chance guaranteed. There is only now. There is only this beating heart, this rising breath, this burning desire within you that refuses to die no matter how many times fear tried to kill it. You are still here. You are still breathing. You are still capable. You are still chosen. Not everyone will understand the battle you are fighting. Some will mock you. Some will doubt you. Some will try to pull you back into the smallness they chose for themselves. Let them. You are not responsible for their dreams. You are responsible for yours. You are responsible for guarding your greatness as a knight guards a sacred treasure, and every time you choose action over fear, you reinforce a new identity, a new reality, a new future. You move one step closer to the life that was meant for you, the life that was delayed but never denied. Fear is counting on your silence. Fear is counting on your hesitation. Fear is counting on you to forget who you are. Do not give fear the satisfaction. Do not hand over the keys to your kingdom because you felt uncomfortable for a moment. Feel the discomfort. Embrace the trembling. Welcome the uncertainty and act. Act now, as if the entire weight of your future depends on it, because it does. Act with the boldness of one who has nothing to lose and everything to gain. Act with the fire of a soul that refuses to bow to fear another day. Act with the urgency of a warrior who knows the battle is now, and there is no retreat, no surrender, no turning back. You have stood on the sidelines long enough. You have watched others claim victories while you held yourself back. You have allowed fear to write too many pages of your story. Tear them out, burn them. Start writing a new chapter today, a chapter written in courage, in sweat, in relentless action. The pain of discipline is nothing compared to the agony of regret. Choose your pain wisely. Choose the pain of pushing through fear, the pain of rising when you fall, the pain of stretching beyond your limits, because that pain is temporary. That pain will shape you, strengthen you, carve you into the masterpiece you were always meant to become. Fear speaks in the language of limitation. Faith speaks in the language of expansion. Which voice will you believe? Fear will show you the reasons you can't. Faith will show you the reasons you must. Fear will chain you to the past. Faith will launch you into the future. You have the power to choose which voice will govern your life. Every hero you have ever admired, every legend you have ever studied, faced moments where fear towered over them like a giant. But they did not bow, they stood tall, they moved forward. They acted not because they felt invincible, but because they chose to become invincible through their actions. Victory belongs to those who act in the face of fear, not those who wait for the fear to leave. Fear only leaves when it is starved, and it starves when you deny it your obedience. Action is your rebellion. Action is your revolution. Action is your declaration that you are no longer a prisoner to invisible chains. The walls you feel closing in are not real. They are made of your doubts, your hesitations, your self-imposed limits. Smash them with action. Kick them down with persistence. Tear them apart with determination so ruthless that fear has no place left to hide. You were never meant to live small. You were never meant to tiptoe through life, hoping not to wake the sleeping giants of fear and failure. You were born to storm the gates, to shatter ceilings, to build kingdoms with your bare hands and your burning heart. But kingdoms are not built in comfort. They are built in battle. They are built in the moments you want to quit but refuse to. They are built when you rise after being knocked down so many times you lose count. They are built when you stare down the enemy called fear and move forward anyway. The only limits you have are the ones you accept. The only chains that bind you are the ones you refuse to break. Every time you act, you swing the hammer. Every time you move forward, you crack the wall. Every time you take a step despite the shaking, you declare, I am free, I am powerful, I am unstoppable. And so you must continue. You must persist when others fall away. You must dare when others retreat. You must believe in the fire inside of you even when everything around you tries to snuff it out. You must remember again and again that fear is not real, it is a mirage. It is a liar, it is a fraud. You are real, your dream is real, your purpose is real. You are standing at the crossroads now. One path leads to a life ruled by fear, safe, predictable, small. The other path leads to a life ruled by courage, unknown, thrilling, filled with the wild electricity of growth and achievement. The path of fear will cost you your soul one small piece at a time. The path of courage will demand your all, but it will give you back more than you can imagine. It will give you back your life. It will give you back your true self. The clock is ticking. Fear is lurking, but you are rising. Every breath you take in defiance of fear is a battle won. Every action you take toward your vision is a victory carved into the fabric of destiny. Every moment you refuse to listen to the voice of doubt, you step closer to becoming the person you were created to be, and make no mistake, you were created for something great. You were not born to shrink. You were not born to hide. You were not born to dream small, live safe, and die forgotten. You were born to make waves, to move mountains, to leave a mark so deep that generations after you will walk paths you carved with your courage. But it starts here, it starts now, it starts in this breath, this heartbeat, this choice. Act as if fear already stole your greatness, and now you are taking it back with force, with fury, with fire that will not be denied. You will stumble, you will fall, you will be tempted to believe the lies again, but each time rise stronger, each time burn brighter, each time remember, fear already stole enough from you. It will not steal this moment. It will not steal this life. It will not steal this destiny. Act, move, build, speak, dare, and never, ever hand your greatness back to fear again. Because the moment you let fear dictate your steps, you forfeit the crown that was meant to sit on your head. You hand over your throne to an enemy that has no real power except the power you give it. Fear is a thief, a liar, a con artist whispering that you are too weak, too late, too broken, but every whisper is a desperate attempt to stop you before you realize the truth. You were born victorious. There is no magic secret, no perfect time, no hidden treasure map leading you around fear. The only way is through the trembling, through the uncertainty, through the pain of stretching beyond what you thought you could endure. And when you come out the other side, bruised maybe, bloodied maybe, but standing you will see fear for what it always was, an illusion designed to protect a small life you were never meant to live. Refuse to stand in the shadows any longer. Refuse to watch others live out the dreams you know in your bones were meant for you too. Refuse to believe that you were made for anything less than extraordinary impact. Greatness is not a gift for the lucky few, it is the birthright of all who are bold enough to claim it. You must burn the bridges behind you. You must leave no room for retreat. You must decide that comfort will never again have your loyalty. You must become so hungry, so obsessed, so consumed with your vision that fear looks small in comparison. And when it tries to rise up, when it tries to roar louder, you roar louder still. You drown it out with action so massive, so relentless, that fear cannot find a foothold. The life you want will cost you something. It will cost you your excuses. It will cost you your comfort. It will cost you the luxury of waiting for the perfect conditions, but it will give you back your soul. It will give you back your power. It will give you back the fire that fear tried to extinguish when it whispered, "Stay small." You are not here to stay small. You are not here to survive. You are here to conquer, to expand, to create, to blaze trails where no path existed before, and that mission cannot be fulfilled while bowing at the altar of fear. Let your actions today be a declaration. Let every step you take be a war cry against mediocrity. Let every breath you draw in be an act of rebellion against the smallness that fear demands you accept. Stand taller, walk faster, speak louder, dream bigger. You are not the same as those who settle. You are not the same as those who fold at the first sign of resistance. You are not the same as those who choose easy roads and call them destiny. No, you are different. You are chosen. You are called. You are anointed with a fire that refuses to be put out by fear. So act as if your life depends on it, because it does. The life you crave, the future you envision, the legacy you are destined to leave it, is on the other side of this moment, this choice, this action. Fear will scream at you, fear will claw at you, fear will paint worst, case scenarios in vivid colors, but none of it is real unless you let it be. Reality is shaped by the bold. Reality bends to the will of the determined. Reality favors the ones who move forward, shaking if they must, but moving still. You were not given a spirit of fear. You were given a spirit of power, of love, of a sound mind. That spirit is within you now, even if you have forgotten, even if you have buried it under years of doubt and hesitation. It is there, waiting to be unleashed. Unleash it with action. Fear cannot stand against sustained action. Fear cannot survive in the presence of someone who refuses to bow. Fear cannot defeat a soul on fire. Feed that fire every day. Stoke it with every small act of courage. Build it into an inferno with every decision to move when it would have been easier to hide. Let the blaze within you grow so fierce, so undeniable, that fear shrivels into nothingness in its presence. And remember, fear's final weapon is delay. It will tell you that you should act later, tomorrow. When you're ready, when you feel brave, when the stars align, that is the lie that has stolen more dreams than failure ever could. The perfect moment is a myth. The right time is a mirage. There is only now. Now is your moment of power. Now is your moment of rebellion against the ordinary. Now is your chance to seize what fear tried to take. Move with urgency. Move with fury. Move with the sacred understanding that time wasted is destiny wasted. Every tick of the clock is either building your legacy or burying it. You must choose. You must choose to be the one who moved forward when others hesitated. You must choose to be the one who acted when others froze in fear. You must choose to be the one who built, who created, who fought, who rose again and again and again. Because the truth is, fear will never completely leave. It will lurk at every new level you reach. It will dress itself in new disguises. It will whisper in new tongues. But every time you defeat it, you grow stronger. Every time you press on, you harden your spirit for the battles ahead. There will come a day not far from now when the things that terrify you today will seem laughably small. There will come a day when you look back and realize that the real danger was never in daring too much, but in daring too little. And when that day comes, you will not regret the leaps you took. You will not regret the battles you fought. You will not regret the times you moved forward when your knees shook and your voice trembled. You will stand tall, you will look back, and you will know you took your greatness back. The world does not remember those who almost moved. It does not celebrate those who almost acted. It does not carve statues for those who almost dared. It remembers those who stepped into the arena, bloody, bruised, but undefeated in spirit. It remembers those who took action, who lived fully, who refused to let fear steal one more second of their lives. There is a wildness inside you that has been caged for too long, a part of you that knows you were made for something more. It's time to unleash it. It's time to let it break free from the chains of overthinking, from the bars of hesitation, from the walls of false safety. Let it roar, let it run, let it create earthquakes with every step you take. When you act, you become the architect of your future. When you hesitate, you become a slave to circumstances. When you move forward in the face of fear, you tell the universe that you are ready to receive what it has been holding for you all along. Opportunity does not wait for the timid. It bows to the bold. It rewards the daring. It opens its gates only for those who are willing to charge forward, battered if necessary, relentless always. You must be willing to risk looking foolish. You must be willing to risk failure. You must be willing to stand alone at times, mocked by those who are too afraid to even try. Let them laugh, let them doubt, let them scoff. Their laughter will fade. Their doubts will turn to silence. And you will rise. The greatest prisons are not made of steel and stone. They are built from fear, and you hold the key in your hands. Use it. Unlock the doors you once thought were sealed shut. Step into the unknown with the defiance of one who knows that destiny favors the brave. Crush the illusions that have kept you contained. Shatter the ceilings you once thought were your limits. You are limitless. But limits will continue to exist not because they are real, but because you allow them to be real. You must act as if there is no ceiling. You must act as if there is no boundary. You must act as if the word impossible has been erased from your vocabulary. Because it has, nothing is impossible to the one who refuses to quit, who refuses to settle, who refuses to be ruled by fear. Let others debate what is realistic. Let others sit in the stands analyzing and criticizing. You are not here to spectate. You are here to play full out. You are here to exhaust every ounce of your potential. You are here to die empty, having poured out every gift, every talent, every dream onto the world. And that will never happen by waiting for permission. Act now, move now, build now. Let the world catch up to you. You must create the momentum. You must create the firestorm. You must create the wave that will crash against the shores of mediocrity and wash it away. Fear cannot ride the wave you create. It will be drowned by your momentum, swept away by the unstoppable force of your decision to live at full throttle. When you live this way, when you commit to massive, fearless action, you become magnetic. You draw opportunities, you draw allies, you draw miracles, because the universe does not conspire for those who sit idle. It conspires for those who declare with every breath, "I will not waste this life." And make no mistake, this is war. A war between the part of you that dreams and the part of you that doubts. A war between the part of you that believes and the part of you that hesitates. A war between the part of you that hungers for greatness and the part of you that clings to comfort. Which side wins is not decided once. It is decided daily. It is decided moment by moment. It is decided every time you choose to act when fear tells you to freeze. You must be ruthless in your choice. You must be relentless in your pursuit. You must be ferocious in your devotion to the life that is waiting on the other side of fear. And you must understand no one is coming to save you. No one is coming to hand you your dreams. No one is coming to push you into action. It is your responsibility. It is your duty. It is your honor. The clock keeps ticking. The world keeps turning. Opportunities come and go like the tide. And while you hesitate, someone else is moving. Someone else is building. Someone else is living the life you said you wanted, not because they were better, not because they were more gifted, but because they acted while you thought about acting. Stop thinking, start moving, stop doubting, start building, stop waiting, start living. The life you crave demands action, massive action, consistent action, fear, defying action. You must get to a point where you are so sick of fear stealing from you that you rise up in rebellion and say no more. You must be willing to shock yourself with your own boldness. You must be willing to outwork, outlast, and outfight every excuse that has ever stood in your way. You must become unstoppable not because you are fearless, but because you are unwilling to let fear sit in the driver's seat for one more second. You must reclaim the authority over your own destiny, and the only way to do that is to move even when you don't feel ready, even when you don't feel brave, even when you don't see the whole path. Move anyway, build anyway, speak anyway, act anyway, because the truth is, the readiness comes after the action. The courage comes after the step is taken. The power comes after you dare to move while still trembling. It is not the absence of fear that creates greatness. It is the mastery of fear. It is the refusal to allow fear the final word. It is the daily, relentless, tireless decision to act anyway, to build anyway, to move anyway, to become anyway. You must decide here and now that fear has stolen enough. It will not steal this day. It will not steal this dream. It will not steal this destiny. So rise now. Rise with the fire of one who knows their greatness has been held hostage for too long. Rise with the fury of a soul awakened. Rise with the certainty that fear will no longer be your master. Act boldly, act relentlessly, act like a force so powerful that even fear trembles in your presence. Today, you reclaim what was always yours. Today, you take back the dreams, the visions, the life that fear tried to steal. You are the storm. You are the revolution. You are the living proof that fear only wins when we refuse to fight. But you are a fighter. You are a builder. You are a conqueror. Act now. Act with all the power that is already inside you. and never again let fear steal what you were born to create.